Your car drifts to the right every time you ease off the wheel, so you book an alignment. But at the shop, the printout says everything's in spec. So what's really happening? Stick with me, you're about to learn the 3 real symptoms that prove your alignment's off and how to spot them before you spend a dime. We'll also break down a common road condition that fools good drivers into thinking something's wrong. Once you understand what's actually pulling your car, you'll see that crooked steering wheel in a whole new way and know what it's costing you. The hidden cost of driving crooked. Ever glance down the wheel and notice it sitting just a touch off center? Most folks shrug it off. But that tiny tilt is doing work you don't see, dragging the tread sideways with every mile. That scuff might feel minor, yet underneath it's shaving money off your tires 1 rotation at a time. Here's the catch. Most drivers jump straight to, I need an alignment when the steering wheel looks crooked or the car pulls a little. But not every pull is a geometry problem. Suspension joints flex, tires age unevenly, and even the way a road slopes can nudge a car slightly. That's where wasted money starts fixing what isn't broken. Alignment service isn't cheap. A typical check and adjustment runs between $100 and $200 depending on the shop and the vehicle. That's worth it when the angles are truly off, but a guess or misdiagnosis means paying again later once the tire damage shows up. So, before you hand over the keys, it helps to understand what those angles actually do and what symptoms point to each one. Toe is the simplest to spot. Seen from above, it's how much the tires point toward or away from each other. If that angle's wrong, your tires scrub sideways instead of rolling clean. You'll feel it with your hand. One edge of the tread feels sharp, the other smooth. That's feathering. Once you find it, the pattern is easy to recognize. Camber shows up differently. Look straight at the wheel from the front of the car. If the top of the tire leans inward, that's negative camber. Too much, and the inside edge wears thin. Lean it outward, and the outer edge goes first. It's simple. Uneven edges mean the tire's footprint isn't sitting flat, and the contact patch that should grip evenly is instead chewing itself apart. Caster is the last angle, but the easiest to overthink. It tilts the steering axis forward or backward, affecting straight line stability and self-centering. If you're fighting the wheel on the highway, or it doesn't want to come back to center after a turn, that's a caster concern. But caster doesn't wear the tire, it just changes how the car feels. When alignment drifts, everything downstream starts working harder. Bushings twist at odd angles, joints take extra load, and braking feel gets worse. Over time, it steals tread, gas mileage, and suspension life. Each mile you drive misaligned adds friction that grinds dollars out of your tires. Say your car keeps pulling right. You pay for an alignment, yet the pull stays. You try again a few months later, still there. Meanwhile, the right front tire wears bald on the inside edge. That worn strip is hard proof something's off, even if the printout says, within spec. In cases like that, start by rotating your tires front to back. If the pull switches sides afterward, that's tire conicity. The tire itself is shaped slightly off, not alignment at all. That one quick test can save you from chasing the wrong fix. If you want to confirm alignment at home, grab a tread depth gauge. Measure across the inner, center, and outer grooves. A difference as small as 1/32 of an inch between edges means the tire is scrubbing. That's not imagination, it's measurable wear. Mark your readings with chalk and recheck after a few hundred miles to see if it's getting worse. If everything measures even and the tread looks clean, but your wheel still sits crooked or drifts a bit, it might not be inside your suspension, it might be outside it. There's one more factor that often tricks drivers into thinking they need an alignment when they don't. That's where we're headed next. The garage trick that outsmarts the road. Most steering pulls start with something that has nothing to do with your suspension. This is where the garage trick that outsmarts the road comes in. It's simple, free, and shows whether you're fighting a real alignment issue or just the shape of the pavement itself. Most roads aren't flat. They're built with a crown, a gentle rise in the middle that slopes toward each shoulder. That crown lets rainwater drain off instead of sitting under your tires, but it also makes the car lean ever so slightly downhill. So when you let go of the wheel for a second and it drifts to the right, that's not proof of an alignment problem. That's the road doing what it's designed to do. Here's where drivers get caught. You feel that steady tug every commute, book an alignment, and a week later, the car still drifts. The crown was the culprit all along. That's a couple $100 gone just for following gravity. The way around it is this garage check you can do in 2 minutes. Find an empty flat parking lot. Make sure the pavement looks level. No slope, no tilt. Start by checking tire pressures and evening them out. A single low tire can pull the car on its own. Then, center the steering wheel and roll forward slowly. About 10 miles an hour is plenty. Ease off the wheel slightly, just for a moment. Watch how the car moves. If it stays straight for at least 2 seconds, you're good. The pull you felt on the road was just the crown. But if it drifts the same way every time on every surface, flat or not, that signals true misalignment. A consistent pull like that is mechanical, not environmental. It means your steering and suspension angles have shifted enough to drag a tire off its path. It's a clear symptom that alignment work is actually needed. There's another twist. Pay attention to speed. Tire-related pulls, like those caused by conicity, that's when a tire is slightly cone-shaped from the factory, usually show up at very low speed, even rolling down your driveway. Alignment pulls become obvious once you're above 20 miles per hour. If the car veers faster as you speed up, that's geometry, not rubber. Tire conicity can fool even experienced drivers. A client once rotated front tires to the back and the car immediately started pulling the other way. That's the giveaway. When the pull switches sides after rotation, you're looking at tire shape, not suspension. Swapping tire positions is a simple way to confirm that before paying for shop time. Now, if the car tracks straight but the steering wheel itself sits off-center, that's a different story. In most cases, it's not an alignment failure, but a thrust angle mismatch. The rear wheels might not be lined up perfectly under the frame, so the front wheels need to steer slightly sideways to keep the car moving straight. You can't adjust that by eye in a driveway, and straightening the wheel alone won't fix it. A proper four-wheel alignment machine reads that angle with lasers to square things up. The key is knowing what symptom points where. A pull that flips sides means tires. A pull that stays the same no matter what means alignment. And a crooked wheel, even while driving straight, means the front and rear wheels aren't looking in the same direction. Once you can tell these apart, you'll never waste another alignment fee chasing what's already physics. Next time you suspect something's off, start with the flat lot test. Use what you see, not just what you feel. It's the simplest way to tell if your car's geometry has drifted or if the road itself is fooling you, and it sets you up perfectly to spot the signs that really prove when alignment problems are real. When alignment trouble is real, your tires show it first. Uneven wear at the inner or outer edge, or scalloped patches that hop across the tread, those are mechanical symptoms you can see, not just feel. They mark a car that's tugging against its own geometry every mile. 3 clues confirm it. Consistent pulling on a flat surface, a steering wheel that stays off-center even when the car tracks straight, and that uneven tread pattern. Check all 3 before paying the shop. Alignment is truly needed only after hitting a hard pothole, taking curb damage, or replacing suspension parts. Do a quick driveway roll and tread inspection first. It'll save tires, gas, and a good chunk of cash. Subscribe for practical how-tos and tool-first tutorials you can use this weekend.